So welcome back to another edition of the Mass Effect Player Spotlight. Today's a little different, though. I've got a coach with me today, assistant offensive coordinator. Go ahead and introduce yourself, Jordan.
What's up, guys? My name is Jordan Larrivee, assistant offense coordinator and actually special teams coordinator. That was originally what my first job was, but now I'm playing both sides, which I couldn't be any more excited about. I'm glad to be with the team. We got a great group of guys, and it's going to be once we can get going, it's going to be a great season. I can't wait.
So, Jordan, tell me a little bit, myself and the listeners, a little bit about yourself before we get going here.
Well, always been a big football fan. I'm from Fall River, Massachusetts, which is one of the big reasons I wanted to be in on this. I also coach the semi-pro team that is in Fall River. I grew up around the game of football. Football means a lot to me and my family. And I was kind of like, long story short, lost my mother, and football was what made me and my mother really close. That I really got attached to the game. And I got hurt playing in high school, and I kind of knew at my size and where I was playing, I really was never going to go anywhere. Even if I went to college, I wasn't going to play much, but I knew I wanted to coach. So I started coaching, and I got into high school coaching at basically 19, right out of high school. I started coaching for Fairhaven High. And then I found out about the semi-pro team, and I messaged the head coach, Anthony Comer. And he brought me on as the offensive coordinator, which was kind of insane because I went from just working with quarterbacks and wide receivers at Fairhaven to now having to call an offense. But I was ready for it. That was something I couldn't wait for, to have that experience to call the game, because that was every coach dreams of being able to call the game. And that's how I met the Barrys. Luckily, they were on with me, and we got to talking, and they wanted to bring me on immediately. And I am so blessed for the opportunity. I couldn't be any more excited to be here.
And so you coach a semi-pro team. Do you have any experience coaching any arena teams?
No, this would be my first year. I learned I pick up football very quickly. Like I said, I watched it a lot as a kid. I even had the video game when it came out. I had it on Xbox. I used to play that game a lot, to be honest with you. So I knew a lot of the rules. A lot of leagues around here, some of them change some rules here and there, but a lot of the base rules are the same. So it's just getting used to what the Jack and Mac linebackers can do and can't do, and they can only stay in their box, and having three guys and one of you guys in the line you got to know those little small things, but that's easy stuff. The game, I've noticed too, it's helped me pick up 11 on 11 better too, because with the 8 on, it's so much quicker. You literally, my quarterback has to have the ball out within 2-3 seconds. If not, the play's busted. So like your plays don't have much room for error. So it's a little bit more challenging because it's field's only 50 yards. So, I mean, if you have a good kicker, depending on where you're playing, because some places we play, like we can't really kick because of where the ceiling is. But if you have a place where you can kick, you got a good kicker. Yeah, you can steal some points. But if you got to score every time you touch the ball in arena to really have a chance to win. And I can't wait for that opportunity to get out there especially with this team we've put together. We have a potent offense. There's no reason we shouldn't be putting 60, 70 points up a game, to be honest with you.
And as an offensive coach, that's what you want, just scoring. So this is your type of game as an offensive coach.
Exactly. Oh, my God, yeah. I went to a game, one of the first games they had last year at Driscoll Arena in Fall River, where if everything goes right, accordingly, that should be where our home arena is. Right. They played, I think, the Jersey Bearcats, which ironically we have their quarterback for that game now playing with us, John Mercer, who I love. Great kid. Can't wait to be able to coach him. He's phenomenal. And I remember by halftime, the score was already basically what we would be scoring for a full semi-pro game. And I was like, oh my God, all right, this is just going to get way, way, way more fast paced. And I think it's good for the city of Fall River too, as well, just because there's not a lot to do in the city of Fall River. There really isn't. I grew up here. We don't have much to do, and it affects what goes on around the city, especially for like the youth and the kids, because they don't have anywhere to go hang out after school or at night, and leads to some trouble. You have some troubling times in the city. So to have something like the semi-pro team and now this arena team to give the kids something to do, even come and look forward to, like that's what I tell a lot of the guys now is you have kids that play football around here that might not be able to go to college or go to the NFL, but they know, hey, we have an arena team here. We have a semi-pro team here. Maybe one day I can be one of these guys. And it's a cool feeling to be able to be from this area and try to give back to this area. I love it.
And for you, you've obviously coached in Driscoll Arena before. And I was talking to Justin Reese last night. He said that place gets loud. And does that kind of make it difficult communication for you?
Yeah, and yes and no. I grew up going there too because that's where the hockey team where I went to high school. I went to Somerset High. That's where we played. That's where they all play their games, and it gets loud in there. But to be honest with you, I think maybe at first, yeah, it might affect us a little bit. It really shouldn't. The noise of depends. You know what I'm saying? Because we don't have a lot of first year guys. We have guys with semi-pro experience. So we have guys that have been down to West Virginia and played the Rough Riders, have been down to New Jersey, have played New Jersey. So like they've seen bigger crowds. So they know, because I mean, at most we're getting in Driscoll, if we're lucky, safely, 350 to 400 people. Those guys got to play in front of almost thousands. So like those guys will be able to relish around like a Justin Reese who was down against the Rough Riders. And he says himself, even though they got whipped, that's an experience you'll never forget. Just being on that night. You're playing those Rough Rider guys are guys that are basically their next step is the NFL. So you're going against guys that might be having a tryout against the Redskins in a week and you don't even know it. And it's cool to go against that talent. I can't wait. We should be able to play the Rough Riders, I hope.
And are you still doing the semi-pro? I mean, Justin Reese was saying that he played football all year round. He would go from arena spring and summer to arena on the floor.
I absolutely, I love my semi-pro team. I love my guys. I'm good friends with a lot of my guys. I grew up with a good half of these guys that are on the team. And at Weird, it was first going into the coaching, especially being an offensive coordinator for a semi-pro team. I'm only 23 years old. I just turned 24 last Friday.
Happy belated.
Thank you. So going in to coach some guys that are, some are in their mid-30s and they've been in semi-pro for 10 years. I was like, all right, well, now I got high school kids are easy. High school kids will listen to anybody that's older than them. These guys have to now listen to a guy, their offensive coordinators, some of them are half as their age. So it took a little bit to get to that level of respect. But then once I earned the respect and I felt that's what made me fall back in love with coaching because high school was tough. Parents are tough to deal with. I'm not going to lie. Nowadays, some of the parents coaching high school is very tough because you get a lot of my son should be doing this and my daughter should be doing it. And it does. And it really got on my nerves and it affected me coaching. Then when I got to the semi-pro and it's not pro, but it's at least guys that they're adults. They know how to handle themselves and they can go out. And same thing with the arena. These guys are the most professional athletes I've seen. They're the most respectful guys I've ever seen. And to be able to know that, okay, they know that I'm their guy and they can trust me and we can go out. And I mean, that's why I'm a little upset we got canceled when we did because our last couple of practices, we were killing it on the offensive side.
Everyone's been saying. I mean, you guys only had three practices together. And it seems that it was going really well.
We were so excited to get the season going. I could not wait. And we had that last practice and we kind of knew because the last practice we were a little scarce in numbers, but we told the guys we understood because of everything that was going on. We saw a decent amount of guys show up. And the last day, it sucked because I saw everything finally start to come together and it looked right on the field, both offensive side and defensive side of the ball. And it's like, well, great. Now we have to take however many months off. And now I think, well, we're 9 weeks into this thing. We haven't been on the field in 9 weeks. So I'm hoping because I'm pretty sure the league we're playing in the EIF came out and said, no matter what, we're having a season this year.
That's right, that statement.
So, which might end up being tough for me because I am coaching semi-pro and our games usually are on Saturdays as well. So I might have to figure out something there. But fun fact, most of our coaching staff is also from that semi-pro team. I coach. It's a lot of our same guys. My wide receiver and running back coach, he's on with my offensive side of the ball. Our two defensive coaches, they're now coaching the defense for the arena team. So the coaching staff knows each other very, very well, which it helps. It's not a bunch of different guys trying to figure each other out, especially with a first year team. We already know what our strengths are as a coaching group. So that really helped get these guys in and buy into the team real quick.
Absolutely. And does this kind of like this hiatus that you guys are on here, does it bother you like coming back? Are you a little bit worried coming back that the guys didn't really get as much time together? But like you said, the coaches and players know each other.
Yes. I'm a little bit just because I hope we get like 2-3 practices before we even get to go play a game kind of thing.
Right?
We will. They'll let us do that. But these guys, they've all been staying in shape. They've all been hitting fields around them, working out at home. So they're all in shape. They all have the playbooks. They all know what's supposed to be. So I'm actually kind of hoping this might work out a little bit better because maybe when we do get back, if the guys have been looking at their playbooks and studying and get back, we might even be in better shape than we were originally going to be. At the start of the season, we'll probably already be in mid-season form, which would be phenomenal if we could do that. I would be so, so happy. So
topics of playbooks here. Oh, sorry, I cut you off there. On the topics of playbook here, How much has your playbook changed from traditional football with the semi-pro to the arena game?
It's insane. Now, arena is not known for running the football. We do try to run the football because it's football. No matter what kind of football it is, you got to utilize matchups. You got to utilize a matchup, and if you have a matchup that you think can win the game, you exploit it. It's that simple. That's basically the whole point of the game. Herman Adams said it best. You play to win the game. So we are more of a we spread the ball around, especially different from football, like regular football. Like my semi-pro team, where a pistol offense, motion kind of offense. We got to get arena. It helps. You also have that one guy in motion. Which is
it's a different kind of motion.
In my honest opinion, that's going to be so hard as a cornerback to have to cover a guy that's basically coming at you at full speed already, and you've been standing flat foot. Oh my God, I respect those corners so much that can cover those guys. I really do, because that's not an easy position. But so we want to get the ball deep, and if we can get the ball deep and we can get the ball in the red zone quick, we can get the ball within the 5-yard line. We'll try to pound it in there. We'll definitely try to pound it in there. We got great running backs that are not afraid to hit people. They're not afraid to block, which I love because they know it's arena football. If they get 6 carries, they're going to make those 6 carries count. It doesn't matter. If they get 2 carries, they'll make those 2 carries count. It don't matter. They buy in on the same mentality. This is a team. Everybody loves to work together, and I haven't seen a team gel so fast like this team did. There was really no tough transition period. Like we went from tryouts into that little mini camp into practices, and it was just every time was just boom, 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 and it was really cool to see those guys click immediately. So
right, and every player I've talked to they've mentioned this common theme of that family atmosphere they feel when they step on the field, and that's such a great thing. Only having 3 practices together, plus the mini camps and the tryouts, but really in that short amount of time, they're able to get that family atmosphere, which is great for the team.
And that's how we do it. We even tell the guys at practice and everything, football is second. Your job and your family always come first. We get that. And we have a bunch of guys on the team that are great fathers. They all have kids. I got a kid of my own. So I get it. It's tough to be able to balance football and family sometimes, especially semi-pro is a little different. We're traveling more for arena. We're going to have to travel more for arena. Semi-pro, we don't really have to travel much. At most, we're driving an hour and a half away. So these guys are going to have to go away from their families, and are they going to? But that's why we want everybody to know, hey, you got a bad day? Come talk to one of us. Wait, we are here. It's more than football for us. We want to be a good group of guys that we don't want to be in a situation where every year people are like, oh no, don't go to that team. It's chaos over there. We want guys to be oh no, I want to go there. That seems like a fun atmosphere. I want to be there. That's the end goal for us. We can go. No, what's up? Go ahead. Go ahead.
Everyone that I've ever talked to so far, they've been really looking forward to the traveling part of the arena game.
I was. We had those 2 games in Vermont. The game in New York, I was really looking forward to. That Rochester game was going to be a fun one. I was more looking forward to that arena. That was going to be a fun arena to play in. And then basically the rest of our games were all home for the rest of the year. So those first 3 games were on the road. But I was excited for that because anybody that's played on a team knows the bus rides or the car rides up are some of the best parts of being part of a team. That's one of the things I miss most about high school sports was sometimes the bus rides back were just the best. If you won, if you lost, God, Jesus, it was terrible.
Yeah, you gotta be quiet the whole way home.
Oh man, it's the worst. That's why, these guys, they work so hard too, and I gotta give all these guys a shout out because the work they are doing right now when things are scary out in the world, we don't know what's gonna happen. Luckily, we just found out today things are slowly starting to open back up. So who knows? Maybe in 2 months we could be back on a field. That would be phenomenal. But considering the situation we're in, these guys have handled it like professionals. They've stayed at home. They've been working. We all know that they're working. They're always, even we have our own little group chat for the offense, and these guys are always in there cracking jokes, making it's so cool to see that these guys really bought in so quick, considering, like you said, we only really had 2.5 months together fully as a team. So it's really cool. That shows us as a coaching staff and everybody up front that we're doing something right.
And another thing I kind of talked about the guys that have already came on is we kind of said it's everyone working towards that one goal. It's just to be the best they can, and everyone has that drive to just be better.
our goal is if we win a championship, yeah, that's great. We want to win championships. We want to get these guys that should be at the next level to the next level. And if we don't, we as coaches feel like we failed. Because I'll tell you right now, there are some studs on our team that could absolutely be at another level. And it's probably just because they haven't gotten enough exposure. And that's what we're hoping we can give them, is the exposure that they need. Because I got a couple guys right now that can easily be playing for the Mass Pirates. There's no doubt about that in my mind. Not at all.
And how many of these players did you know prior to the tryouts and prior to the mini?
So Justin Reese, he plays for my semi-pro team. I have a couple guys from my semi-pro team that came. A couple guys that played semi-pro that I met this year, coaching semi-pro. I knew some of them, but it's probably about a good mix of guys I do know and guys I'm starting to get to know. But all those guys that I'm getting, they're all awesome. They're all good guys. We have some guys that travel far. We have my man JT Tracy, love him. He travels from New York. John Mercer and Peterson, they come, I think, like 7-8 hours from New Jersey.
Wow.
That's I love that. And they were at every practice. They were always there. And like I said, I love John. John just wants to learn. He's always there. He's always asking questions like, oh, if this, can I do that? Absolutely, kid. Like he's a coach's dream. He wants to learn. He wants to be able to, oh, well, can I do this better? Can I do that better? And oh my God, it makes me so happy to be able to coach a quarterback like that. I have two great quarterbacks, actually. I have three great quarterbacks. Jesus. That's the only thing that's stressful of being a coach, is when you have so many good players at one position that you know deserve time, and you got to get them time. You can't, especially with the arena team. I mean, if I got to run a 3-quarterback system, I'll run a 3-quarterback system. I don't even care. Like, how do you prepare for that? Which quarterback are you going to prepare for, So I would absolutely experiment with something like that. I'll talk to Darryl first, obviously. I'm not just going to go put that in there. But, I mean, when you have – I don't think every guy in my offense, including a couple of my offensive linemen, I think could score touchdowns easily. There's no doubt in my mind.
And I just found out yesterday from Justin Reese that the offensive linemen are allowed to catch passes as long as you're not the center.
Yes. Every time one of the linemen have to declare themselves eligible for every play. So if things break down and that eligible lineman's open, oh yeah, you can get it to him. Trust me. As soon as I found that out, I already drew up the Bill Belichick, Mike Vrabel play from that Super Bowl. I was like, oh, all right, I got to get a big man a touchdown if that's the case, because nothing's better than seeing a big man score.
I mean, being an offensive coach, like this is gotta, like I said, this is gonna be a dream come. You got the walls, like. Do you plan around those walls? It's like playing Madden, bro.
It's really like playing Madden. Like you just get to go out there, especially in practice. You're like, all right, let's see if this works. And you're like, all right, that doesn't work. All right, screw it. Scratch that. Let's try this. And then once you find what works, oh man, it's so easy, because realistically, if you have in 11-on-11 football, realistically, if you have 13 to 14 go-to plays, you're in a good position.
Right.
In arena, you only need 6 go-to plays that really work, because you have so many different options off of each play in arena, because you can switch it. You have so many different motions. So it's so cool to see how powerful an offense is, like, and which also gives a lot of credit to a defense. You have to have an incredible defense to be able to win games in arena football. You can't just have a subpar defense and expect, because it's 50 yards. It's so I could put a couple kids out there and they could probably go throw touchdowns in 50 yards. But opposite end of like semi-pro, if you have a defense but you got a good offense, you'll get by. You'll win some games. That's not the same in arena. You got to be so sharp on both sides of the ball, and you really got to be perfect. Because like I said, if to win a game in arena, you basically got to score every time you touch the ball. If you get 1 or 2 stops, you're probably going to win the game. As semi-pro and even real football, even now, you could lose the turnover battle and still win the game. No way that's possible in arena football. You cannot lose the turnover battle in arena football and win the football game. It's just not possible. There's no way.
And what are you most excited about this upcoming season calling the offense?
I'm excited for that. I'm excited to just be able to call the offense, the experience. I'm excited to be, even if we don't get to play home this year, if we get to play home next year, to be where I was watching hockey games growing up and being at Driscoll Arena, knowing, all right, I'm leading this team here at my home. Like, people I know are here watching me. That's a feeling I cannot wait for. And I just can't wait to see how everything we've put together. We've been working on this even behind the scenes now for about a year. So I can't wait to see how everything finally unfolds on the field, because that's the end product. That's what matters. Is no matter how hard we worked on the front office side and behind the scenes, is if we don't perform on the field, we didn't do our jobs right. So and it's gonna be a challenge. I mean, like I said, this is my first real arena coaching experience. I'm more than confident. I mean, and I don't think the Barrys would have done this if they weren't confident in me. So I thank them for this opportunity. But we just have so many weapons on both sides of the ball. There was no reason, and there's still no reason we don't compete for a championship and win a championship this year. That's a fact.
And how much would it mean to you to bring home a championship to your hometown?
That would be insane. That would be, especially because my semi-pro team last year, it was our first year in the league that we were in, and we made it to the semi-championships, the semifinals. We made it to the semifinals. We were one game away from the championship. And to be honest with you, we were 1/2 away from a championship. We went into halftime with the lead, and we blew it. Some bad coaching decisions on both sides. We messed up, but that taste that left, like, I immediately went home after that game, and I went right into my room. I put the game film on, and I went right to work because I was never wanted to feel that feeling again. I never wanted to feel like being that close. Like, it's one thing you blow me out. All right, cool. But to know that I won 75% of that game and couldn't win the last 25% really, really bothered me. And it would have been insane for a first-year team to even compete for a championship, to be honest with you.
Right.
So now to bring another first-year team in that looks like they also are going to be able to compete for a champion, it shows football in the city of Fall River is very, very bright. The future of football in Fall River is awesome. And especially, like I said, the things that are going on in Fall River, it really helps this city during the times that we are going through. And I can't wait to get back to the field. I really can't. I'm itching for it, man.
Being around football all year round, pretty much. I mean, that must be awesome.
I couldn't ask for that's like I said, I love football. I could watch football all day, every day. Doesn't matter. You put a football game on, I'm probably going to watch. I even watch the Canadian Football League, to be honest with you, because I actually think the Canadian Football League is kind of interesting. Especially you only get 3 downs, but the field's bigger. I found out the other day, if you catch a punt in the end zone and you punt it back out of the end zone, you get a point. Like, yes, that's a real rule. Look that up. In Canadian football, if they punt, if you punt the ball on 3rd down and you punt it into the end zone, but the other team catches it and punts it back out of the end zone, you get a point for that.
Really?
Yeah, like I was like, okay, whatever. But like, football is just a sport. It's one of the best team sports in my mind of all time, because basketball, you can have 1 or 2 good players and you might be able to win a championship. Baseball, kind of a little bit different. You need a couple of key guys, but football, you need every piece on your team to be great to be able to win a championship. And I mean, growing up around the sport of football, playing football, watching football. I mean, I get to grow up as a New England Patriot fan. I'm very thankful and very lucky for that. I get to grow up to watch the best dynasty of all time and kind of watch Bill Belichick, the greatest coach of all time. And can't study the guy because, I mean, he's impossible to learn off of. Dude's a genius. Nothing's ever the same. It's great. But like, that's the kind of coach I want to be. You don't ever want to be predictable. You know, you want things to be different. And that's why, like, every practice, I'm always like, all right, well, let's try something different. Like, I'll draw like 6, 7 plays up just for fun, see if they work. And if they work, I'm like, all right, yeah, let's try it in a game. You know, let's see if it works. And you can be so creative with the sport. It can be it's so beautiful just to see a team that, if they buy in, I mean, you got some teams that just, but teams that buy in and play good football, old school football, right football, there's nothing better than watching it, man. It really isn't. It really isn't.
Seems to be what the Effect has going right now. And like you said, I mean, football is the ultimate team sport. I mean, all 11 guys got to do their job or it doesn't work out. Right. And with the trick play thing, I mean, can you get any more creative in arena football? I mean, maybe the Canadian League. I got to study those rules a little bit more. But
no, arena, oh my God, you could do so many different things, especially we found out in our league, we can jet, so we can bring the guy right behind the quarterback and he can go in motion. So, and with the weapons we have, I mean, I got guys that are playing wide receiver that could also probably play quarterback for other teams if they had to. Like, the weapons we have on this team are insane. I could probably run a game of trick plays and maybe win a game with the talent I have, to be 100% honest with you. Like, arena, there's nothing that's impossible. It's because, I mean, just the game itself is just so unique. So, like, you can go balls to the wall and hope it works. And, I mean, if it doesn't, oh, all right, well, that didn't work. Oh, well, and hopefully you figure out something that can. But like I said, you only need 6, 7 good plays, and you'll be all right from the offensive side of the ball.
Right, and I just got into arena last year. I went to 2 Mass Pirate games, and I just thought the game was so interesting. Like, you get a dude if you get the kickoff through the uprights. Like, that's crazy to me. And there's just so many rules you don't know.
Yep, you can. And that's why, like, when he asked me to coach the special teams, I was actually kind of excited because there are so many points on the special team side that you can steal. Like I said, if you're in an arena that can kick it, you could go down, you could score a touchdown, and then you can get another point through the uprights, and you just got a 8-9 point swing depending on how many points you scored. So, like, no lead is really kind of safe in arena football with all the points that are on the board, and it's so fast paced. I mean, also there's nothing better from arena point, even being a fan, watching a guy go up near the boards and just getting clobbered over the boards. I mean, that's always a cool thing to see. It's kind of fun. That's the fun side of arena.
It's like you're on the field.
That's what I was gonna say. The fan interaction, being that close, and that brings a different feel of football to the game. I mean, you've been to a Mass Pirate game. If a ball goes into the stands, you get to keep it. Like, it's yours. Right. Go ahead, keep it. And like that's such a cool thing for the fans to be able to do. And it's one of the best family atmospheres. I got to go to a Mass Pirates game as well last year. Actually, one of the guys I coach with, Coach Mo, he's actually helping us out with Coach Moniz with the Mass Effect. But he was the PR guy and like social media guy for the Mass Pirates. So he got us tickets. And that's really when I was that was the day I knew, like, yeah, I need to do something with arena football. Like, this is absolutely incredible.
And Justin Reese said yesterday, I mean, he's giving away, taking pictures, had conversations, signed autographs, all right there because the fans are right there.
Yep. And that's the cool thing we like to do too, is bring the fans onto the field, talk to the field. I mean, at Driscoll, it's right there. I mean, if you want to get to the locker room, your family's sitting right there. Like, there were times where Justin would make a play when he was playing with the Bobcats last year, and I'd be standing over on the sideline, and I just tap him on the back, like, hey, good play, bro. And Dad would be sitting there coaching, and I'd be standing there just having a conversation with him as he's coaching. He'd be like, hold on, be right back, gotta go call play, come back. He'd be like, all right, this should be a touchdown. You know, we'd sit there and analyze it, and that's it. The Barrys make it so fun to be a part of it. They are really the glue that holds all of this together from every part of the Barry family. If you ask anybody on the scene, they'll tell you the same thing. If it wasn't for the Barrys and all the hard work they really do, who knows where this would be right now.
Yeah, such a nice family. And you guys got a legacy to protect here with Doug. He's never had a losing season.
I know.
You guys can't do it.
That was a little nerve. I didn't think about that until like about a month and a half when we started the season. Me and Darryl were talking about it. I was like, wow, he's never had a losing season. He's like, no. And I was like, all right, that's some pressure. But like I said, with these guys, there's no way we don't have a winning season. I couldn't be any more excited. These guys are chomping at the bit to get back at the field. Like, every day on our group page, they're like, so any news yet? And I mean, I don't blame them, because a lot of these guys have been waiting for this day to be able to say they're playing professional football and put on a jersey and go play arena football. And now they got to wait. And I feel bad for them, but I know once we get back on the field, they'll make up for it. They will absolutely make up for it.
And to wrap it up here, I mean, what is your goal calling the offense this year? What is your goal for the offense?
My goal for this offense, like I said, we should be scoring at least 50 points a game with this offense. There's no doubt about that. And I just want my quarterbacks to be able to develop. I want all three of my quarterbacks to be able to take something from this year. And even if they think they're the best quarterback out there, I'm sorry to bring it out to you, nobody's the best quarterback out there. Somebody can always get better somehow. So if they can all each take a step up with their game, or even if I can help get these guys to the next level, that's really what the goal is, to help these guys max their potential, get to the next level, and have fun, play football while they're doing it. That's the goal.
Right. The arena game is all about opportunity.
Yeah.
And next level. So that's how you do your job as a coach in the arena game, right?
Yeah, exactly. You got to get these guys to the next level. Even myself, I'm competing. Who knows if I can put together something, put a couple winning seasons together and do something. Maybe another arena team's like, hey, you want to come out here and you want to, like, and the Barrys have said the same thing. Like, that's their goal for everybody. Even if coaching wise, if you want to get to the next level, we will help you get to the next level. And that's hopefully what my goal is. My plan in the next 10 years is I'd love to be a college football coach somewhere, even if I'm a GA somewhere or something. I'd love to just be part of a college. Hopefully work my way up head coach, even if it's a D2, D3 team. That'd be great.
Right. You go from the effect and then you go up more and then you go up and you just keep going.
That ladder.
Yeah. I mean, that's awesome.
Yeah, that'd be a dream, man.
So thank you so much for joining me today, Jordan. It was truly my pleasure. I had a great conversation. I'm looking forward to releasing this episode. It was a great conversation. So thank you so much for joining me.
Thank you, man. I had blast. Hopefully more guys got to get on this podcast. Don't worry. I'm going to go message them all right now and be like, hey, you guys.
Send them over.
Yep, I absolutely will. I got a couple guys I definitely want you to talk to too. So I'll message you and I'll let you know, man.
All right, awesome. Thank you so much.
No problem, brother. Thank you.
Take it easy.
Thanks, brother.